There's a troubling new report from Gaming Insider suggesting that AI is quickly taking over EA Sports gaming development at an alarming pace, as employees who stayed anonymous due to fear of losing their jobs said that for the past year they have been encouraged to use a new House GPT chatbot and teach it how to do their job so it can eventually replace them, despite the fact that it produces flawed code and other hallucinations that they would need to fix. Now, could this explain some of the current issues in their games, and what does this mean for the future of EA Sports? If you want the full story, stick around after this brief advertisement. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Teams. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the EA cheese as always. In today's video, I'm going to go over some alarming reports from several publications that are suggesting that EA Sports is using a chat GBT or an AI to make its games, and it's not doing a very good job. So if you're playing any current EA games and you're wondering why it's not performing as well, it could be because the AI that they have doing most of the work is not doing a very good job. And this could be an alarming trend for the future of the company based off the fact that it was just recently sold for $55 billion, and it's being rumored that those investors are going to want to invest even more into AI made games, which could lead to the deterioration of video games from this company in total. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Now, the effect that AI is having on the world, whether it's gaming or whether it's just regular jobs, is pretty much undeniable right now. As one of the industry leaders in basically jobs in general, and Amazon just cut 30,000 corporate jobs, and they're aiming to cut 500,000 jobs from their distribution centers, as they're planning to automate up to 75% of its operations with artificial intelligence. And this is nothing new to EA or the gaming industry in total, as we've already seen a lot of different layoffs happen in the gaming industry, more specifically to King, which is a company that makes Candy Crush. About 200 employees were laid off from just this one studio alone. EA also has laid off hundreds of employees already, and with the story that I'm going to show you guys today, makes it sound like they're going to be laying off a lot more in the near future. Now, this first article I'm going to go over just came out today, October 28th, and it's from Mike Straw from Gaming Insiders, who I reference quite a bit on this channel. He's a very reputable source, especially when it comes to reporting on EA's gaming. But I have another article that I'm going to go over that basically has a lot of the same information. Now, according to a new report from Business Insider, higher-ups at EA have spent the year urging its nearly 15,000 employees to use AI for just about everything. This includes from code to concept art to even scripting conversations with direct reports about sensitive topics such as pay and promotions, which is kind of crazy that they're suggesting that they need to teach AI how to basically handle payroll and things like demotions and promotions. So they're basically getting to the point where AI is going to be managing a large portion of this company, aside from just the basic stuff where, it's basically coding games and stuff like that, which it apparently isn't doing very well. As employees who spoke anonymously to the outlet say that they are encouraged to use the in-house chatbot called Reef GBT, despite it producing flawed code and other so-called hallucinations that they need to correct. Those on the creative side, like character and level design, say that they are expected to train the AI software on their own created work. It's led to a belief and a frustration that these decisions will ultimately lead to the company no longer needing that type of talent, with layoffs to come. And this was also something that was reported by thegamer.com, where it says that EA's AI game development tools are apparently so bad that it's costing more money to fix their mistakes. It said that the AI keeps adding incorrect code to projects, which have to be fixed by developers who don't want to work with the tool in the first place. So if you're wondering why certain EA games aren't being made very well, all you have to do is look at the state of the environment they're being made in, as you have disgruntled employees that are being forced to work with a tool that they don't want to work with, while also basically teaching this tool how to steal their job and basically their creative work. So imagine that you're in a creative field and let's just say you're a painter or something like that, and you have to teach a robot how to paint exactly the way you paint, essentially putting yourself out of work by stealing your own work. I mean, it's just a no-win situation for these employees. I mean, think about it. If you knew that the harder you work and the more effective that you worked would essentially put you out of your job faster. Where's the motivation to work harder? Combine that with the fact that the AI tool that they're currently using isn't doing a very good job, and you're just creating a toxic work environment that essentially is just going to make it harder to produce good products. And based on the fact that the employees fear that they're going to lose their job, and there's already a track record of employees losing their job to AI in the exact same company, in EA, as EA already laid off hundreds of employees that were connected to analyzing play testing feedback, as it says that this has been connected to some of the layoffs. And there's actually a quote in the article from Mike Strahl that basically has somebody who was laid off for the exact same reason, although it was in a different company. He says, even one former employee, a senior QA staffer at Respawn, believes that AI was at least partly to blame for his job loss this year. He told the outlet that AI was able to perform a key part of his job, reviewing and summarizing feedback from hundreds of play testers. So there's ultimately a couple different examples of how that specific job was affected. And the goal is to ultimately use this AI model to create games from start to finish very quickly, as EA already put this on display, where they even showed off their AI tools last year, showing a scenario in which users could create a game through AI prompts. However, this report suggests that the ReefGBT hasn't been anywhere near as seamless as the demo the public was shown. With that said, the results look dull and derivative in the showcase, so it's unclear what the aim is here, other than putting developers out of work. So they know that they're trying to basically take their job with this technology. So if you were in this situation as a gaming developer, what would you do? Or in any situation, if any job that you have, you know that technology is coming for it and that you are personally responsible to upgrade that technology to take your job, what are you going to do? You're going to drag your feet. You're going to delay the inevitable as much as possible, which is something that we're seeing from these gaming developers. And that's why I think we're seeing a lot less creativity when it comes to some of the games that EA is putting out. And it's only going to get worse, as it says that unfortunately we will likely see AI expand this technology even further now, as the company is being acquired by a consortium of investors to the tune of $55 billion. Because of this, we should expect cost-cutting measures to ramp up, like layoffs and studio closures, as investors are likely to want generative AI to be a part of that plan, as corporate types have been at the forefront of pioneering the technology. At the very least, the buyout is facing some scrutiny from a union, so it remains to be seen how this impacts the company and its employees. Now, that doesn't sound very good from a consumer aspect, but it also sounds inevitable, as we've already seen how, over the last decade or more, probably going back 20 years now, that if you don't like EA and if you don't like the football games that they put out, you have no choice. It doesn't matter, because there is no other company that can put out a game. So if we're going into an era where we already have pretty bad Madden games as it is, but ultimately it's probably just going to get worse based on the fact that it's going to be like this heartless, soulless robot creating these games that isn't doing a very good job in the first place. I mean, if you watch any AI generated content now, which is typically short form content because it's not really doing a very good job at making that, so to try to make a long form content out of AI at this point probably wouldn't work out very well. I mean, just imagine whatever 30-second YouTube short or whatever app you're on, whatever feed you're on, if you catch an AI video that lasts like 20 to 30 seconds, it's usually pretty bad. I mean, there's some pretty good ones out there. The new Sora 2 makes some pretty good stuff, but once again, it's always short form content, and there's always enough issues that keep it from really being enjoyable for a long period of time. Now, just imagine that, but over like a 10-hour gaming experience. I think that would be an absolute nightmare until they actually get the technology right, which who knows if it's ever going to get to that point, because even if you like AI created stuff, it still has like this soulless feel to it that just lacks that human touch and that human experience. And the goal of AI is to remove the human experience entirely. So to me, this is actually pretty concerning. I recently made a video where I actually thought that the acquisition of EA Sports by some outside investors was going to be a good thing. But after hearing this information, I'm kind of thinking that might not be the case, that the future of gaming might be pretty grim. I'm going to go ahead and end the video there, but if you guys want to learn more about that information, the company that is taking over EA, will have that video popping up on screen. Just click links. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.